Hello, good day, good day, good day. This is Robert Ferguson. You're a nutritionist, a guy who cares, and that's why I share. And I am going to share something with you today. Okay, hear me on this that can put you in a position where not only can you lose weight, but more importantly, do you keep it off? Not only do you improve your overall health, but you sustain it. Yes, there is an ongoing study that I'm going to share with you about. I'm not going to keep you long, but I want you to think about it. Now, if you're new to me, then please come over to YouTube and subscribe, like, hit that bell so that whenever I upload a video, which the goal is at least 2 a week, this week has been absolutely mind shattering, challenging, crazy for me personally. Um, However, here we are. We're back at it and we're going to grind it. And I'm excited to share this with you because what I'm about to say, it makes total sense. And it would make you wonder why more people aren't talking about this. Now, I've been talking about this study for years, and it's a study conducted by the National Weight Control Registry. And it's an ongoing study. So I'm going to say this 3 times because I want you to get it. Okay. Well, I'm going to explain it 3 different ways because I really want you to get this. This will help you. Okay. And think about it and maybe have a conversation with someone today. Just share with them what I'm about to share with you. So, in this ongoing study, they're looking at 2 main things. One, losing the weight. So, the people to get in the study had to lose at least 30 pounds to be in this ongoing study, which means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and the study continues. So, you had to lose at least 30 pounds. And they have people in this study who have lost 300 pounds. So we're talking about people who have lost 30 to 300 pounds. And the second part of the study is that they're continuously keeping the weight off. Think about that. If we have a study like this, why isn't everybody talking about it? Because it will make it where people won't want to diet anymore. And it will make it where people will literally know what it means to have a lifestyle, right? That means you have the habits in place where you don't gain the weight back because people can lose weight. We see that all the time. There's a lot of ways to lose weight. And many people just want to lose weight and they don't want to think about anything. Well, if you look at my very first weight loss book, the title was Fat That Doesn't Come Back, Grassa che non regressa. This book was written over 20 years ago. Okay. Over 20 years ago. Well, not written. It was written like probably 22, 23 years ago because it took a couple years to write the book. But it came out 2002 and it did really well. But the book spoke to keeping the weight off, whereas most people want to lose the weight. So they're focused on losing the weight. So in this study, I'm saying it again, they looked at people who have lost at least 30 pounds and who continue to keep the weight off. They went to these people and they asked them one basic question that came out where almost everyone said this. And like we're talking 100% of the people who lost the weight and have continued to keep the weight off. And this is what they said. This is the take home. The way I ate to lose the weight is the way I continue to eat. Oh, man. I'm going to say that one more time. The way I ate to lose the weight is the way I continue to eat. Now, I was sharing this with a relative of mine. And when I first shared it, like the way I just shared it with you, they didn't get it. So I said, okay, imagine you're doing delivery food program. Let's use Nutrisystem. Not beating up on Nutrisystem, but they're popular. I'm gonna use them as an example. So you go with Nutrisystem and you eat Nutrisystem to lose the weight. What this ongoing study concludes is that in order to keep the weight off, if you use Nutrisystem to lose the weight, you must continue using Nutrisystem. If I count calories to lose the weight, once I lose the weight and get to my goal, then I must, if I don't want to gain the weight back, based on this ongoing study, the only one of its kind, I must continue to count calories. And this is where the Diet for Life methodology beats everybody. We have no competition. We really don't. Because one, it meets people right where they are. So everything is designed to work for a person based on their preferences, their culture, their situation, um, their schedule. I mean, you name it. And so, and it's based on eating what's in your house right now, right? It's not based on buying any special foods. Now you can. It's not based on anything crazy, right? And that's what makes it work. What makes it work is that exactly what this ongoing study says is if I eat in a way where I lose the weight, then hopefully I'm eating in a way that when I lost the weight, that I'm not feeling deprived, I'm not feeling restricted, I'm not feeling like I'm missing anything. And the weight's not going to come back because I never really was in a diet. And that's why my clients and people who learn about and experience the Diet for Life methodology, that's why they are constantly saying it doesn't feel like a diet. Now, how you get there, what's going to help you be consistent, and where's the accountability must become a priority, right? And that's why coaching, there's nothing like it. I mean, the insurance companies are starting to get it now. Well, they get it because they're all offering coaching in addition to whatever plan someone does. And it's that accountability. But still, at the end of the day, if I have to overhaul my lifestyle, if I have to walk away from the things that work for me, instead of learning how to eat, I mean, how long is the success going to be there? And that's why we know through many trials, many meta-analysis, all these studies, that 95% of people who lose weight within 3 years will gain that weight back. Within 3 years. We know that 99% of people who lose weight will gain it back within 5 years. So what's the point? Well, that's again what makes what we do so amazing, right? Like if you did keto, and I'm not beating up on keto, but I'm using keto's popular, so let's talk about it. And you walk away from eating a lot of carbs, or what you call carbs, and you lose the weight with keto. Can you stay there forever? Yes, you could. You could say, you know what, I'm committed for the rest of my life not to eat carbs. But who does that? And then is there some health, challenges that may come about because of what you didn't eat, like fruits and vegetables? Well, even people in that world are starting to realize, and they're rewriting their books, that you want to eat some fruits and vegetables. If you can have access to them, then they can be quite helpful for you. So again, the ultimate goal here is learning how to eat as you lose the weight. So you're learning, right? So when I coach my clients every week or every other week or once a month, whenever I talk to them, what my goal is to reinforce what they already know and to continue educating them and teaching them, almost like helping them become what we refer to as a prosumer. A prosumer is someone, it's like if you look at personal training, people will go and take a personal training course, not to make a new career, but so that they can better train themselves. They want the knowledge, right? And that's what I love about coaching and working with people, is because they get in this routine where they start really appreciating the knowledge and being able to have dialogue with someone who's deep in it, like myself. And I can bring clarity to where they don't have clarity. And as we all know, once you have clarity in what you're doing, it's clear, right? Then you discover this newfound confidence that puts you in a position to experience a continuance of success, which goes right in alignment with this study that I'm referring to. So when you're talking to a friend, and let's say that they are getting ready to lose weight, tell them about the study. Say, hey, there's this ongoing study where people lost 30 to 300 pounds. And not only does the study look at them losing the weight, it focuses big time on how they're able to keep the weight off. Like And the person will look at you and go, that's interesting. I said, yeah. And then say it to them again, because it's so elementary that it's so complex. You know what I mean? It's like, I grew up as a huge fan of Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist, he was a philosopher, right? And I remember him once saying, and I'm going to paraphrase, he says, when you're brand new to learning the martial arts and you haven't done it yet, you see someone kick and it just looks like a kick. It's not complex. You just see them do this movement. But then once you begin learning and training, you get pulled into the mud and a kick starts to become complicated. Your knee needs to be here. You want to drive your foot here. You want to point your toe here. You want to contact with, and you start working on perfecting this thing. And once you become a master of it, it becomes just a kick again. So it's like there's these cycles that we go through. So when people look at the Dive for Your Life methodology or they hear me talk about it, sometimes they just think that they get it. Oh yeah, it's pretty simple. Or maybe they had my book, or maybe they saw my infomercial, or watched me on YouTube explaining what we call a fat burning meal. And they go, oh yeah, I get that. But then you come into it and it gets interesting, not complex in a negative way, but it just gets interesting because you start learning and you start connecting the dots. And as the Ethiopian proverb goes, when you connect the dots, or when spider webs connect, which connect the dots, you can tie up an elephant. And that's where the clarity is. Connecting those dots gives you this clarity, this confidence. And then it's just a matter of doing the work. And I'll end on this. And there's a famous quote by a gentleman by the name of H.L. Hunt out of Texas. He was a very wealthy man. And I remember years ago watching him on the Johnny Carson show. And it could have been a clip because this was like some years ago. And Johnny Carson had him on the show and he says, what's the secret to success? And without hesitation, H.L. Hunt said, there's 3 things. He says, number 1, you must know what you want. And in his conversation with Johnny Carson, he made it clear. He goes, most people never get there. They don't know what they want. So, but once you know what you want, the second part is that you must accept. That doesn't mean that you like it, but you must accept what is necessary to get what you want. So if I know what I want, I accept what I must do to get what I want. Once you accept, the only thing left is to do the work. That's it. That is it. So we now know that there is an ongoing study that, if I were you, I'd be pumped, because it's clear that yes, you can lose the weight and never have to be concerned with gaining it back if you learn. You must have the knowledge. And once you have the knowledge, you create a team. You create an environment, whether that's working with a coach, whether that's going to a group meeting, whether that's getting some friends to be on par with you. You must create some type of stickiness that will contribute back to the behavioral side of things. And that's, again, I hate to keep saying it, but it's so true, is where the coaching comes in. You don't have someone that you're checking in with, or that buddy, that weight loss buddy, or that lifestyle buddy, that health buddy, whatever. It does make it kind of difficult. It really does. But there was quite a bit that I kind of crammed in here. I really wanted to share this study, and I'm going to share more. I'm working on a couple things I'm going to be announcing here soon. I have a new podcast and a partner in this podcast, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to introduce that to you. And then my Fat Loss Tuesdays and Fat Loss Fridays, I will, unless I'm in a situation where I don't have access to my cameras, we now have everything set up to where I can actually, for those who are watching this on YouTube or Facebook, where you can see the video, I will be you will see me. So I'm excited about that part. And just a whole bunch of other things. I'm just pumped. I really am. Also, want to give a big shout out to one of our newest coaches. Her name is Linda Jackson. Linda, I am excited to see what you're going to do. You're going to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. And it only gets better. It gets fun and it continues to get better. So there you have it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, the study says you eat a certain way to lose the weight. And the key to never gaining the weight back is continue eating and doing what worked for you. I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you.